What's up, you guys? So today I will be bringing you my top 15 favorite Hollywood Undead songs of 2022. Now, this is a band that means a lot to me. They got me through high school, along with a few other new metal slash rap metal acts. And yeah, so the first song I ever heard from these guys was Undead from their album Swan Songs. Still love that song to this day, and it's still one of my favorite Hollywood Undead songs to this day as well. Then I checked out American Tragedy, and then ended up checking out the rest of their discography and been a fan of them ever since. So now I realize that, not everybody is a fan of this band. This group definitely has its, fan base, has its core fans, and all that. So now, personally, and I might be the only one that thinks this, but you can let me know down in the comments below. I don't think Hollywood Undead has ever put out a bad album. Now, if you wanted me to, if you were to ask me, all right, well, what do you think is Hollywood Undead's weakest album? I would say their weakest album was either 5 or Day of the Dead. However, those albums are not bad. There's some good songs on those albums, but I would pick 5 being their weakest and Day of the Dead being their second weakest. But again, Hollywood Undead, in my opinion, have never really released a bad album. There are albums weaker than others. There are albums stronger than others. But if you were to ask me, all right, what are your top 3 favorite Hollywood Undead albums? American Tragedy, Swan Songs, and I would have to say New Empire, Volume 1, maybe. I like that album a lot. And between New Empire Volume 1 and New Empire Volume 2, I definitely like Volume 1 better. I think it's a stronger album than Volume 2. But I do like songs from both volumes. So, yeah. So, I'm going to get started with this list. If you're a fan of Hollywood Undead, leave your top 15 down in the comments below. I will read everybody's comments, as I do with all my videos. And let's begin. So number 1 is Undead from the album Swan Songs. Number 2 is Everywhere I Go from Swan Songs. Number 3 is Number 5 from Swan Songs. Number 4 is Bottle and a Gun from Swan Songs, and I think this song's pretty underrated. Number 5 is Black Dahlia. Now, for the longest time, I pronounced it Delilah, because I thought, but I don't know why I did that, but it's Black Dahlia, so yeah, from the album Swan Songs. Number 6 is Nightmare from New Empire Volume 1. Nightmare is definitely one of Hollywood Undead's best closing tracks in a good while. But that's just what I think. Number 7 is We Are from Notes from the Underground. This has always been one of my favorites from that album, and whenever it comes to the album Notes from the Underground, this is a song that I do return to whenever I do listen to that album. Alright, number 8 is Pigskin, Notes from the Underground. And no, Pigskin is not about football. Just figured I'd throw that out there. See what I did there? A little bit of football humor for you. Alright, up next at number 9 we have Bullet from American Tragedy. This is one of their more serious songs. It talks about the subject of suicide and the impact it could have on people, friends, family members, that kind of thing. And yeah, and believe it or not, Bullet by Hollywood Undead is actually a song I do listen to whenever I do feel low, or whenever I have a bad day and I'm, you know, feeling kind of, you know, when I'm in that dark mindset. It's definitely a song that I go to whenever I'm in that space. So yeah. Number 10 is Bend to Hell. This is the opening track to American Tragedy, and I would make an argument that Bend to Hell is one of Hollywood Undead's best opening tracks. So yeah, that's what I think about that song. Number 11 is Gangsta Sexy. This is a more fun track, more of a party type song from American Tragedy. Really fun song, really upbeat, and it's a lot of fun to listen to, in my opinion. Alright, number 12, we have Black Cadillac from the album 5, featuring Be Real. This has always been one of my favorite songs from that album, along with California Dreaming, Bad Moon, and a few others. But yeah, definitely a great song from Hollywood Undead's 5th album. Number 13 is How We Roll from Day of the Dead. I don't really return to Day of the Dead all that much. It's probably the album I return to the least when it comes to Hollywood Undead's discography. But How We Roll has always been a song that I do return to from this album. So yeah. Number 14 is Bad Moon from 5. This has always been another one of my favorites from this album as well. And I really like the chorus on the song. I think Danny does a great job vocally. I think he really shines on this song. And then number 15, the last song on this list, is Enemy from New Empire Volume 1. There was another song from the same album that was here originally. I forget the name of it, but it was either that song or Enemy that was going to take the number 15 spot. So yeah. So those are my top 15 Hollywood Undead songs. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.